Gentlemen, think about this. Have you ever wondered why, despite eating well and exercising regularly, your body feels constantly tired? Why is your confidence and manhood seeming to fade, and your ability to please your partner keeps declining? You might think it's just age catching up with you, but here's the shocking truth. Most men over 60 don't know. Those innocent fruits sitting on your kitchen counter are quietly sabotaging your testosterone, choking off blood flow where it matters most, and stealing the masculine energy you once took for granted. I'm Dr. Sarah Brown, and for over 17 years, I've sat across from thousands of men in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, watching them reclaim their strength and vitality. What I discovered will shock you. The very fruits your doctor recommended could be working against your manhood. Most men don't talk about it, but they feel it every single day. That sluggish energy, those quiet mornings, the confidence that's slowly slipping away. And the culprit isn't what you'd expect. Hidden in your kitchen, disguised as healthy choices, are 3 common fruits quietly flooding your system with hormone-disrupting compounds and circulation-killing sugars. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 3 fruits that are sabotaging your masculine vitality, and more importantly, the 3 powerful fruits that can begin restoring your energy, circulation, and bedroom confidence in as little as 1 week. The 3rd fruit I'll share. Researchers call it nature's Viagra, and when you eat it the right way, it can transform how you feel from the inside out. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss practical health advice that actually works for men over 60. And if you're ready to hear the truth about what's really happening in your body, type yes in the comments below. If you're still skeptical, type no. I want to hear from you either way. The first fruit that's silently robbing you of your masculine strength is something you probably reach for thinking you're doing your body a favor. Conventional grapes. And I'm not just talking about the ones in your fruit bowl. I'm talking about anything made from them too. Here's what most men don't realize, and what your doctor has probably never told you. Conventional grapes are drowning in pesticides, more than almost any other fruit in America. These pesticides contain something called xenoestrogens, synthetic compounds that your body mistakes for estrogen. Now, imagine this. You're already fighting the natural decline in testosterone that comes with age. Your body is working harder just to maintain the hormone levels that keep you feeling like a man. And then, every morning, you're unknowingly flooding your system with compounds that are actively working against you. Let me tell you about Alan, a 67-year-old sharp guy, retired engineer, but he was struggling. "Doc," he told me, "I wake up tired. I can't seem to lose this weight around my middle. And honestly, things aren't working the way they used to in the bedroom." His voice carried that quiet frustration I've heard from so many men. When we dug into his daily routine, there it was. A bowl of grapes every single morning. He'd been doing it for years, convinced he was starting his day right. But those innocent-looking grapes were slowly undermining everything he was trying to maintain. Within 30 days of cutting them out completely, Alan called me back. "I don't know what you did," he said, "but I'm starting to feel like myself again. And this isn't just one man's story." A study published in Environmental Health Perspectives tracked thousands of men and found a direct link. The higher the pesticide exposure, the lower the testosterone levels. Your morning healthy choice might be the very thing stealing your strength. The second masculine vitality thief hiding in plain sight is something most men grab without a second thought. Dried fruit and those convenient fruit snacks. Raisins, dried apricots, fruit leather, trail mix. I'm talking about all of it. Now, here's where it gets dangerous, and why this hits men over 60 so hard. These aren't just fruits anymore. They're concentrated sugar bombs wrapped in preservatives. When fresh fruit gets dried, all the water disappears, but the sugar stays behind, creating a fructose concentration that hits your bloodstream like a sledgehammer. But that's not the worst part. The preservatives they use, chemicals like sulfur dioxide, don't just keep the fruit looking pretty on the shelf. They're actively damaging the delicate blood vessels responsible for circulation throughout your body, including where it matters most for your performance and confidence. Let me share Raymond's story with you. Raymond was 72, a proud grandfather who'd always taken care of himself. But he came to me feeling defeated. "Doc," he said, sitting across from my desk, "I don't understand it. I exercise. I eat what I think is healthy, but I'm gaining weight. My energy crashes every afternoon. And my wife, well, she's getting frustrated with me." When we walked through his day, there it was. That innocent-looking trail mix with dried fruit he'd been eating every afternoon for years. "It's just a healthy snack," he told me. But that healthy snack was sending his blood sugar on a roller coaster ride, forcing his body to pump out insulin all day long. And here's what most men don't know. When your insulin is constantly elevated, it directly shuts down testosterone production. We made the switch to the fruits I'm about to share with you. 8 weeks later, Raymond had lost 15 pounds. His afternoon energy crashes were gone. And his words, not mine. My confidence came roaring back. His wife started smiling at him differently again. That's not a coincidence. Gentlemen, that's your body getting what it actually needs instead of what's working against it. This third masculine vitality destroyer is going to catch you off guard because it's something most men grab without thinking twice. In fact, you've probably been told your whole life that it's one of nature's perfect foods. I'm talking about overripe bananas. Those brown-spotted, soft, sweet bananas that seem harmless enough. Now, let me be clear. I'm not talking about a firm, yellow banana. I'm talking about the ones that have been sitting on your counter for days, covered in brown spots, mushy to the touch, and so sweet they almost taste like candy. Most men think, well, it's still a banana, still healthy, right? Wrong. Here's what's happening inside your body when you eat one of these sugar-loaded bananas. Within minutes, your blood glucose shoots up. We're talking about a massive spike that sends your pancreas into overdrive, pumping out insulin to try to control the damage. But here's the part that directly hits your masculine health. This inflammatory response doesn't just affect your blood sugar, it cascades throughout your entire system. Let me tell you about Marcus, a 64-year-old former coach who came to me feeling like a shadow of himself. "Doc," he said, "I used to be the guy everyone came to for advice, for energy. Now I feel foggy, irritable, and honestly, I just don't have the drive I used to have." Marcus was eating 2 overripe bananas every morning as part of his healthy smoothie routine. What Marcus didn't realize is that those sugar spikes were creating chronic inflammation in his brain, directly interfering with serotonin production. And serotonin isn't just about mood. It's intimately connected to your energy, your confidence, and yes, your performance in the bedroom. When serotonin gets disrupted, everything feels harder, duller, less satisfying, but the damage goes even deeper than that. Those sugar bombs were feeding the harmful bacteria in Marcus's gut, throwing his entire microbiome out of balance. And here's something most doctors never tell you. New research is showing us that gut health and testosterone production are directly linked. A compromised gut literally means compromised hormones. When we eliminated those overripe bananas and replaced them with what I'm about to share with you, Marcus started sleeping better within a week. His mental fog lifted. His wife mentioned that he seemed more present again. That's not magic. Gentlemen, that's your body finally getting what it needs instead of what's working against it. The good news? You don't have to swear off fruit forever. In fact, the 3 fruits I'm about to reveal can actually help reverse the damage we've been talking about and restore the energy, circulation, and confidence you've been missing. Part 2. 3 fruits you must eat instead. Now, after hearing about everything working against you, I want to give you some hope. Because the first fruit that can help restore your masculine vitality is something truly remarkable. Pomegranate. And gentlemen, this isn't just another health fad. This is a game changer backed by real science. Let me tell you about David, a 69-year-old retired police officer who walked into my office looking defeated. "Doc," he said, "I feel like my body's given up on me. No energy, no... Well, you know, my wife's been patient, but I can see it in her eyes. I'm not the man I used to be." I started David on pomegranate, and here's why. This ruby red fruit is absolutely loaded with natural nitrates. Now, your body takes these nitrates and converts them into something called nitric oxide. And nitric oxide is like the master key for healthy blood flow throughout your entire body, especially where it matters most for your confidence and performance. But here's what makes this even more powerful. A clinical study published in the International Journal of Impotence Research followed men just like you for 8 weeks. They drink pomegranate juice daily, nothing else. The results? Significant improvements in erectile function. Not pills, not procedures. Just the power of this ancient fruit working with your body's natural systems. 3 months after starting pomegranate, David came back for his follow-up with a completely different energy. "Doc," he said with a grin, "whatever you did, it worked. I feel like I've got my engine back." His wife was smiling too, but the benefits go beyond just circulation. Pomegranate is packed with antioxidants that act like bodyguards for your testosterone-producing cells, protecting them from the daily damage that comes with aging and stress. It's like giving your masculine hormone production a shield. Here's exactly how to use it. You can drink pure pomegranate juice. And I mean pure. No sugar added. No artificial anything. About 4 ounces daily. Or, if you prefer, eat half a cup of fresh pomegranate seeds. I actually prefer the seeds because you get the fiber too, which helps with steady absorption. You can sprinkle them on yogurt, add them to salads, or just eat them straight. The key is consistency. This isn't a once-in-a-while thing. It's a daily investment in your vitality. The second fruit that can help restore your masculine strength might surprise you because it's so common you've probably overlooked its power. Organic apples. But here's the crucial part. You absolutely must eat them with the skin on. I learned this lesson from my patient Frank, a 71-year-old carpenter who'd been struggling with what he called the afternoon crash. Every day around 2 p.m., his energy would plummet, his mood would tank, and by evening, he had no interest in anything, including intimacy with his wife of 45 years. When we looked at Frank's stress patterns, his cortisol levels were through the roof, and here's something most men don't know. High cortisol is testosterone's absolute worst enemy. When your stress hormone is constantly elevated, it literally shuts down testosterone production. For men over 60, This is devastating because you're already fighting an uphill battle with declining hormones. That's where apple skin becomes your secret weapon. It contains something called quercetin, a powerful compound that acts like a natural cortisol regulator. Yay. Think of quercetin as your body's stress reset button. It helps bring those elevated cortisol levels back down to where they should be, giving your testosterone a chance to recover and rebuild. But quercetin does something else remarkable. It supports healthy insulin sensitivity. Remember how we talked about those blood sugar spikes destroying your circulation? Well, quercetin helps your body manage glucose more effectively, preventing those damaging spikes and crashes that leave you feeling drained. Frank started eating one organic apple with the skin on every afternoon instead of his usual processed snack. Within 2 weeks, his afternoon crashes disappeared. Within a month, his evening energy returned, and his wife mentioned he seemed more like his old self. Plus, here's the bonus. The fiber in whole apples feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut. Those same bacteria we talked about that support healthy hormone production. It's like giving your microbiome exactly what it needs to help your testosterone levels naturally. Now, this is crucial. It must be organic. Remember those pesticide-laden conventional grapes we talked about? The same toxins are sprayed on conventional apples, and they concentrate in the skin. So when you eat conventional apple skin, you're getting a dose of those testosterone-disrupting chemicals along with the beneficial quercetin. Always choose organic, and always eat the skin. That's where the power is. Now, the third and most powerful fruit I'm going to share with you might seem almost too simple to be true. But when researchers at Texas A&M University studied it, they literally called it nature's Viagra. I'm talking about watermelon. And what I'm about to tell you will change how you look at this summer fruit forever. Let me share Robert's story. Robert was 73, a retired firefighter, proud grandfather, and a man who'd always been the rock of his family. But when he came to see me, he looked broken. "Doc," he said quietly, "I can't even look my wife in the eye anymore. Nothing works. I feel like I'm not a man anymore." Here's what makes watermelon so incredibly powerful for men like Robert. It's loaded with something called L-citrulline, an amino acid that your body transforms into L-arginine. Now, L-arginine is fuel for nitric oxide production. That same circulation-boosting compound we talked about with pomegranate, but watermelon takes it to another level. A groundbreaking study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine followed men who were struggling with performance issues. They gave them L-citrulline supplements for just 6 weeks. The results were remarkable. Significant improvements in erectile function, and these were men who thought they were beyond help. But here's what most people don't know, and what makes this even more powerful. The white part of the watermelon. House, that rind you've been throwing away contains the highest concentration of L-citrulline. We've been discarding the most potent part. I told Robert to start eating fresh watermelon 3 to 4 times a week, and to include some of that white rind. "Doc," he said, "you want me to eat the rind?" I explained that you can juice it, blend it into smoothies, or even pickle it. The key is not to waste it. 2 months later, Robert walked into my office standing taller, speaking louder, with his wife holding his arm and both of them smiling. "Doc," he said, "I don't know what kind of magic watermelon has, but I feel like myself again. My wife can't keep her hands off me. That's not magic, gentlemen. That's your body getting exactly what it needs to restore healthy blood flow and circulation. The best part? This isn't complicated. During watermelon season, eat it fresh. Include some of that white rind. Blend it into a smoothie if the texture bothers you. Off-season, you can find frozen watermelon, but fresh is always best. 3 to 4 times a week, consistently. Your circulation system will thank you, and so will your confidence. Conclusion: we've talked about the 3 fruits that are quietly undermining your masculine vitality. Conventional grapes poisoning you with testosterone-disrupting pesticides, dried fruits and fruit snacks sending your blood sugar and insulin through the roof, and overripe bananas creating inflammation that damages everything from your mood to your performance. But more importantly, we've discovered the 3 fruits that can help you reclaim what you thought was lost forever. Pomegranate, working like a natural circulation enhancer. Organic apples with skin, acting as your cortisol-busting, gut-supporting ally. And watermelon, nature's own blood flow miracle. Here's what I want you to remember, and this is crucial. Every single choice you make throughout your day is either building your strength or tearing it down. There's no neutral ground when it comes to your health. That piece of fruit you reach for tomorrow morning? It's either supporting the man you want to be, or it's working against him. You are not too old. You are not beyond help. Your body, at 60, 70, even 80 and beyond, is still capable of remarkable things when you give it what it actually needs instead of what's working against it. I've seen it happen thousands of times, and I believe it can happen for you too. Don't let anyone, not even the voice in your own head, tell you that declining energy, fading confidence, and struggling performance are just part of getting older. They're not. They're often the result of choices we can change, starting today. Every bite matters. Every day matters. Every decision you make about your health is either an investment in your future vitality or a withdrawal from it. The power is in your hands. Literally, every time you reach for something to eat, if this message spoke to you, if it gave you hope or opened your eyes to something new, I want you to hit that like button so I know this content is making a difference. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss life-changing health advice designed specifically for men over 60. And please, share this with any man in your life who needs to hear this message. You might just change his life, and he'll thank you for it. Your future self is counting on the decisions you make today. Make them count.